Hello guys, what is up today? I am doing What If Naruto Was an Angel Part 3. And for this What If, I'm going to be doing the Chunin exam part. And I wanted to tell you guys that in this What If, Angel Naruto will be getting a lot of destruction. And I've chosen that god of destruction will be Sasuke. So there will be a lot of Naruto just like overpowering everyone, but him mostly teaching Sasuke about ki. And I'm gonna take it a bit slow just to make it a bit more enjoyable because I don't want to rush everything. If Naruto took care of everything, then everyone will be dead. That's also why it's a good thing that angels are neutral creatures. And tomorrow I'll be doing what if Deku had Green Lantern's powers. And I don't know whether or not I'll be continuing what if Goku could change his DNA. If I get enough time to write the script, I might, so stick around for that and tell me some ideas or some things you'd like me to put in there. And let's get right into the what if. So last time I left off, Lee challenges Naruto to a fight because he gives off a domineering presence from the entire team, but Naruto refuses. This makes everyone think he's weak. Naruto, instead, to see how much Sasuke has grown, decides to let him fight. Lee drops his weights, which are so heavy that create a dust cloud as they land, which doesn't scare Sasuke but only makes him more excited because he wants to test how much he has grown from Naruto's training. Sasuke blitzes Lee while slightly flying and catching Lee off guard, and they fight on equal footing until Sasuke decides to get serious and use his Tutomoe Sharingan combined with his ki sensing abilities he has learned from Naruto. And he starts beating down on Lee mercilessly and doesn't give him the time to pull a hat trick out. But Guy intervenes and stops the fight because it had gotten too dangerous. And as the fight stops, Guy scolds Lee, and before Lee can actually leave, Naruto stops him and says, "Thank you," while shaking his hand. Sorry for the noise, I don't know what the hell is going outside. Some dude is making some noise on purpose, I swear. And, Naruto thanks him, which Lee finds really weird, but he just, gets over it and says, "I hope I get to fight you next time." And then both teams go their separate ways and go to the writing exam part. Naruto gets some questions right, like when it comes to how to aim stuff and what to do on missions, but fails on ninjutsu, which disappoints him, and then he reminds himself that he has to go get some books and read up so he can know more about the world that he is in. Naruto as an angel knows most of the world's knowledge overall about universes, but he doesn't know much about this world yet. So, yeah. And Sasuke just uses his Tutomoe to copy people's movements, whether or not they were wrong, because that's not the whole point of this exam. It's not to win with 100%, it's just to get information. Sakura just uses her wits and her intelligence to win because she was already smart, even though she's useless and, well, does nothing. After the test stops, Team 7 passes, and the teams that have left out of pressure have lost, as Enko bursts in saying it's time for her test. They head out and Enko explains the test, giving everyone the scrolls, and says they have to get 3 different scrolls that are in her hands. And, they start off. The teams head into the forest as they start jumping from tree to tree, and Team 7 sees an opposing team and goes down there and beats them up. Sasuke beats them up and Naruto picks up the scroll. And again, Naruto will be more of a teaching type of person, so he won't be hogging all the spotlight, but he's OP as hell, so it doesn't matter. And Sakura does nothing because, well, she doesn't have time to do anything, not that she could. And after that, while they're jumping and they're going to the place, they still meet Orochimaru, and Orochimaru tries to gobble up Naruto with his giant snake, but this time it doesn't work because Naruto just puts his hand out and destroys the snake with a ki blast. And this surprises Orochimaru for a second, just enough for Sasuke to rush in and put him in a taijutsu battle, but Orochimaru still wins. And Naruto doesn't really want to take care of this, so instead he decides to just to just take him away, but before he can do anything, Orochimaru tries to bite Sasuke, and Naruto rushes in with Kunai Hand's ki and cuts his head, then grabs both of his teammates and he flies to the tower. Still only getting second place behind Gaara's team, but still a pretty good achievement. In this fight, Sakura will body. Actually, no. Why am I saying that? That does not matter yet. Everything's gonna go the same except for the Neji versus Hinata part, because in this part, as Neji is beating down Hinata, Naruto actually jumps in, stopping his last punch with a pinky. And this surprises everyone in the crowd as well as the Hokage and elders, because none of them could follow the speed of Naruto and they didn't react in time enough. Even the Jonin just couldn't, see him, and everyone was just confused. When did he get this strong? And Naruto, who's down there, says, "There's no point in defeating those weaker than you, right?" He says this with a dark smile, so it sends chills down Neji's, back, but he still has his Hyuga pride and promises that he will beat him up in the upcoming fight. But he knows that this is going to be tough since he blocked his attack with a pinky. Neji is actually scared, but just keeping up a front because he can't dishonor his family or whatever. And next up is Lee versus Gaara, and everything happens. Lee gets his leg broken by Gaara's Senkoffen attack, but after the fight is stopped, this time Gaara leaves, and before the medical ninjutsu carry away Lee, Naruto stops them, and they begrudgingly stop, but they're also really annoyed because they're trying to do their job and this Genin is trying to stop them. But to their surprise, Naruto just summons a staff, which looks really weird, and he just taps Lee's leg, which heals him completely. And in case you don't know, angels can practically do anything. They can resurrect life, so I'm pretty sure they can heal you as well. So I'm just adding it in, just for the sake of the scene. The guy who was at Lee's side thanks him while crying, because Guy is a very emotional person, and Lee does the same as him because they're practically copies of each other. Sorry. It's hilarious to think that they're not related when they look so alike. Just wanted to mention it. After all that, they are told that they have 2 weeks off until the final part of the Chunin exams. But before the Team 7 is about to leave, Kakashi stops Naruto, telling him to go to the Hokage's office. Naruto tells Sasuke and Sakura to meet him in the woods so they can start training, and they're both excited because Naruto did say in their mission that he was going to teach them how to fight. And Sakura is even more excited because she feels that she has been, no contribution at all, and has been saved multiple times, so she wants to learn a few things. Naruto heads off to the Hokage's office, where he finds Hiruzen and the elders at a table, and he sits down, and the mood is very, very serious. Hiruzen says that Naruto is a Kage level strength ninja, but they've only seen his speed, they haven't seen his skill. So if he can show them his skill in the Chunin exams, he can be promoted to Jonin, because he's still a child and he's still inexperienced. Obviously Naruto knows a lot more than they do about anything else, but it's kind of his mission to be undercover right now. So after that, Naruto leaves and goes to the library to get some books on ninjutsu because he wants to learn more about this world he's unfamiliar with. And because Naruto, before he gained his angel memories, never really did any book reading. He only used jutsus and all that. I'm just gonna say that he still has to read up on some things. After that, he goes and heads to the forest where he meets Sakura, Sasuke, and he also sees Kakashi. Kakashi is going to be teaching Sasuke the Chidori just like in the original, but Naruto will be hogging most of Sasuke's time, so Sasuke won't be as proficient with it, but he's still going to be pretty good. I mean, he has the Tutomoe, so he's going to be pretty good at it. And they're both going to be battling against Naruto, in a taijutsu battle, which will increase their taijutsu a lot because Naruto will just be dodging everything. He has Ultra Instinct on. He will be dodging everything, and they have to figure out strategies to stop him. So it will increase their fighting power. Sasuke can learns to fly permanently, but it's it's still hard. So he doesn't have as much energy to expend as Naruto, so he can only do it for an hour, which is still a pretty big time if you ask me. He can also make a ki blast the size of a softball. Then he learns a Chidori from that. Yeah, whatever. And then we come to Sakura. Now I'm gonna be giving Sakura the same ability she had in Shippuden, except that she'll be using ki. And in case I haven't mentioned, ki and chakra basically complement each other. So raising your ki is the same as raising your chakra, but they're like two kinds of life energy. I mean, they're both life energy. They're basically the same thing. If you raise chakra, you raise ki. If you raise ki, you raise chakra. It just depends on how you're using it. Chakra just needs hand signs, so that's the only difference. Sakura having more chakra control will learn to control ki better than Sasuke can, and she learns sort of Tsunade's style earlier, so she enhances her body to punch and just be superhuman as hell. Like, she can crack the ground just like in the Shippuden. She can punch a tree down. She can make you break a few bones just by one hit. It's gonna be. I might try to. Actually, no, never mind. I'm not gonna put Sakura that high on a pedestal. Sorry, pronunciation is messed up today. And I'll stop babbling on. They go to the Chunin exams after they trained, and it's time for Naruto versus Neji. And when it's time and they head down, Neji, is still feeling pretty arrogant, but Naruto taunts him, which makes Neji rush at him, trying to use the 64 palms, but Naruto was just dodging every single one until the 64th palm, and Neji is pretty frustrated, but then Naruto decides to end this quick to teach Neji a lesson and rushes at him. Neji then uses the rotation palm technique to try to keep Naruto away, but to his and everyone's surprise, Naruto just grabs his hand while he's spinning, pulls him towards himself, and punches him in the gut, which sends him flying towards the walls that are surrounding them and makes a crater, and this pretty much knocks him out. And Tenten is, the one who always praises Neji's skill, is just shocked because the ultimate Hyuga technique for defense was just stopped by just grabbing the user's hand and just one hit to the gut, and she's lost the confidence that she had in Neji, but a little bit. And after all of that, it is time for Gaara versus Sasuke. Now Sasuke still comes in with his huge entrance. Everyone who was cheering for Naruto, they're kind of murmuring a little bit because they cannot believe that this is Naruto. This dude just beat a genius. And all of that. Okay, let's get into the other fight. Sasuke starts with the Chidori and gets blocked by Gaara's sand defense, which traps his hand, but Sasuke actually uses this as a chance to fire a ki blast, which sends Gaara flying away. Then Sasuke jumps in and uses a bit of his Chidori again and tries to hit him, and it's kind of an onslaught because Gaara can block, but every time he does, Sasuke just bursts through it with ki, which is also leaving Sasuke a bit more exhausted than he makes it seem like. As they keep fighting and fighting and fighting, Gaara seems to get more angry and is starting to lose himself to the tailed beast Shukaku. And once Sasuke realizes this, he flies at Gaara full speed, trying to take him down, but gets swatted away, which starts to cause a big conundrum. And this is when the Konoha Crush starts, and everyone starts falling asleep except for certain Jonin and Chunin and certain Genin, including Sasuke Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto, obviously. And Gaara in his half Shikaku forms jumps over the wall and starts heading into the forest, which Sasuke and Naruto head towards, and Sakura stays behind, beating up the ones that have created the Genjutsu with Kakashi, which she actually takes care of pretty quickly due to her being stronger in this timeline, and that ki is just enhancing her like crazy. Now, as Sasuke and Naruto are chasing Gaara, they actually get outsmarted by him because due to the momentum, they can't really stop and they're on high pursuit. So Gaara just uses his Shikaku hand to smack Sasuke, but Naruto just dodges using Ultra Instinct. And this Naruto realizes that he can't really knock him out because that'll just cause Shikaku to just come out and start destroying everything. So he summons his staff and gets as close as he can while Gaara is trying to wild out, and then seals him inside the dimension of the staff and wants him to chill out in there, and when he's ready he'll take him out. Of course, before they fly back, Sasuke is gonna ask, "What did you just do?" Naruto just says it's a sealing jutsu of the Namikaze, and yeah, it's a sealing jutsu from the Namikaze. Obviously, he's trying to keep a few secrets, but he's not really flustered. He just can't let Sasuke know yet. So Naruto, and Sasuke, they fly off and still find out that Hiruzen died, but left everyone with a memo saying that Naruto will be promoted to Jonin level, and he gets his vest. And after all this conundrum, everyone gets treated, and Naruto meets with Kankuro and heads off unconscious Gaara, and he leaves him, and they start heading back to the Sand Village with the other girl. I don't know why, I just forgot her name. And when after Naruto gets his Jonin vest and basking in the authority he holds, he might be an angel, but remember, Whis was still a pretty he still played around a little bit. So after that, Jiraiya finds him and asks him to come along to go get the future Hokage Tsunade, and this time Sasuke will be coming along. And that's where I'm actually gonna leave it off. I hope you guys like this part, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. I know when I was talking a bit, I was rushing things and I was also mumbling a bit. I've only recently started, so I hope you guys can deal with this because it's kind of your only choice. So please like and subscribe, turn post notifications on so you can see when these videos come out every single time. Smash that like button, please. And yeah, tomorrow will be what if Deku had Green Lantern's power, so stay around for that. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off. Until next time.